the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Harina Idrisu and minority caucus no etimi e the motion bi eba be pie mu e wo mrahye bedwafie ana won e kire se seat maako fo bi wo ho a e wo se ye declare no vacant since that emotion no eba be pie mu e wo mrahye bedwafie na asumdua e de asumdue pa de ebi entimi ama mrahye bedwafie na ye be kaya after say speaker agi emotions no a onu etimi go through no e na ode ba betu edwa se ampa de dom kuma ne kan wagye atum a onu etimi suspended sa 4 MPC na ye be kaya before ansa na oba be suspended that MPC no na ya de se afanyoma ken so akwa akopie mu e wo Supreme Court for interpretation enti abansman of Kingsford Bagbin and trying Supreme Court ruling crown no ade na temu etimi ebae e na Supreme Court enso etimi di ni decision by say abansman na Kingsford Bagbin entimi declare seat ni vacant enti sani decision no a won ete oteki no e ya de say Supreme Court no atwen e de assign na since then ne de e kamia say ade achi ade san ye kwa akopie mu omrahye de bafie bia NDC amanyuko no e decide say asumdue de asumdue pa de bon ema ebi ema entimi na wo ka say ye koba be na so National House of Chief eno ni Peace Council ekokopa ne chelse papa Parliament na watimi atum indefinitely no ye sraw bra na enwuma bi e wo say ekoso wo bia entimi enkoso ansa na emebi e Bagbin etimi eba be bie Parliament na MPs no aba be pie mu e wo ho na ene Parliament kwa asetena no NDC amanyuko ni say chenchena atwan won eye majority Yobekan ya enra Bagbin ebe press conference then ke expect say obeka kire NDC MPs ne say munti ase na ye nyina ye ni Supreme Court mra ni ntum say mo na mo ye minority so Bagbin entimi ammo ho wa kire say onya na adwen say obema asumdue etimi aba be pie mu e wo mrahye bedwafie ne one echo asetena no NDC amanyuko ne say akoye the same thing with all due respect MPs no ya de say one entimi ankwa ankopie mu e wo kra because say one ebeba na mu ababe occupy on space na ababe ya mentimi ho ase no me ade de and one na emakra na ebasa na say Supreme Court ruling no a ode bae no abansema na Kingsford Bagbin entimi amfa ruling no anya adwuma and Supreme Court nso na ekasa a eye final it means say Bagbin etimi a disrespect court no amino kasa de ye contempt kese na NPP caucus no nso e de akwa akopie mu Supreme Court say Bagbin ebuwon Supreme Court no amintia enti Supreme Court no enye bibi emfa ho na according to KT Hammond the speaker did not respect the decision of the court. He stayed his decision to declare the 4 seat vacant. To him, the speaker was supposed to have told the house that the speaker is behaving unconstitutionally. He has to respect the Supreme Court, he said. He continued, we will cite him for contempt. Watch the space. We want the decision of the Supreme Court to be disrespected. It is not a question of acknowledgement. It is a question of implementation. It will be in the interest of Ghanaians for the speaker to respect the ruling of the Supreme Court. It is for the speaker to tell the house that his decision has been reverted. Speaker of Parliament had earlier adjourned the November 7th sitting into Supreme Court ruling no eba no. The anchor speaker was why say and no be a press conference and then kawa announce say Supreme Court had the decision about me to mean China no and what for munti. NDC amanyuko no mu and amoye minority mupo up to now speaker entimi emphasize no ento edwana eno na NPP amanyuko de won say emrakwa so na won ebetimi akon entimi na oka say de won e de akwa akopie mo Supreme Court say gem find the speaker contempt for disrespecting the court because Supreme Court etimi overrule the decision no a ode betu dwa but up to now Bagbin eda so gina baabi a onu ejina
wa mo ma chia te se class 1 form la so bi dwemo adaya ekukuma na ese wo mo akwaje kese ndabre dabre yasef enasu frasasi na almost a match bi wo me kwa homa no so na press wo ho no so na prince wo ho prince boy did what am na hu de e prince akwa baba orgasm no so e
me Joseph bro ofa
wo mu na basa no a wo ya wo pata na wo ye dey
ofa ta ya bro tese utumi ka kwa kakra wenu mu nam ha sei no na bo su kra wenu mu nam ha sei no na bo su we sei so apagya mu ha sei we kwa e so wunya bi amane bon kakra kakra na so wunya bi amane bon kakra kakra na de ba eti edi mu no se ye ka sei no amanyoko mi wo fi ha ni na no ama amanyoko hu enije edi onwani mu kan a yetimi enya asumdue emfa no abua mu ama Ghana eso ho nto no anapa ye besi konya ye trase a no ndu ebopa ho sima aduasa enan ena speaker ewura chimba num oba ye no na ya de se NDC ma shebidwafo no nko a ena te ekonya so a onwa free eye de benkum so abetan ni nifa so eye dom dodo trambia omo bon pa ye wie ye ena odina no disem tuja se aseta onwa betai eye de eye soronko esanse we eye de ma shebidwafo a won wo MPP afamu a won dodo ebro eye ohamuchemu eye dunum eye 50% of all the MPs won jira ataka 112 so and the fresh sa entrance hwehwehyi na rehosam no se oba ya won bon paye otudani a MPs na won fresh say won metrance to mo man no abasa hare so no enya de so won wo chimba no mu eniti won wo dodo se obetimi atena se nanso esa se business committee credit me enhia ama won anya hye pono a won de bedi dwuma ene the friend say business statement ane eye other paper won be so dey eye dwuma eniti de bi eni onwani ma won be ye eniti o se opon won na opon won no de ekoso parliament so say sunti no enya te say obetimi aka say ene won mra na wapon o kya won mra na wapon ti o peja efie no ekosi eye emrepamu a say wo se won metrase a obeto won krama won aba and say ofa ode peja house as ode ajani house no sinidie ewo eye puto kasamu enu echi na dom kuma ana say NDC ma shebitafo no pie rant cost so ho apitfo on ye pa mo ma fresh ye mra emergency meeting ye ba ya mo ma nwa chimba akro ba kokura enra ase enti on ye crowd so on be so ma no on do why crowd say majority on be trase no fa bi metropon so na won ye afa me ni wo kasei e ade say ye wura tok ye atoforson majority leader ye wura Alexander Kwamina afenyo Markins and so any MPP na shebidwafo ni na ebo na chidwamo a eye Parliament main entrance for at the forecourt for no and I won gina awianum any essential for kasa echiremu ni enti a onwen wura chimba no mu and say ofa mafra mapim anymore eba be kasa
let's say prince say yet the word majority a that's an NDC for and one from home majority for no sir because what can be said majority for the share and that's say you are referring to the NDC so
see I may refer my one way press conference here MPP sir one way majority no certainly sir and nura and central for share more speaker by no or you to say there say Supreme Court others no aba abekan sir name no the woman say when declare seat vacant of a tiu the ama and the ama NDC minority no and neck every time majority of AG dia majority for the dia and CC so MPP for MPs ni dia CC so they won sini na o yi ni na
na just and that's about what more to mo cry for few I don't know
sisi adi fi hand the won to na sisi aka embra and a betchine into over and the human high see a casade and this MPs in the one also a majority MPP for emfa position majority ne minority samuton chen no metras no for bibi metopon so no one when juma no for the year do we say life of 8 parliament no here ni e ka sita we can na otwe miensa e ka on trust to aso ye juma en ka si amaka on wa pass budget ato ho a ye si afefofo no mu a abaya obeba no obetimi edi ne wayi sika edi abo ma no brabo so miensa edi kan de timemfo ya na efi say MPs na enya parliament na enya no efi yenye si January mu a Abaya Juma phobia ni obi a waye Juma ma aban bia o se ye de esato o man ni kuku sika yi bi etua ne ka anabo man ho bra ne yetimi nye sa se sika bi ani ho se Parliamentary etimi antrase anya Juma sana on the media ko ya and then how this is also ni bi di enim say ye ka say about $250 million loan bi ta ho a wo say eno ye fam kwa loan bi enya the interest ni ade ho so won approve ni etimi di bo man ho bra ni nyina atiakem di ofa Ay3de.
That's it. Prince Buadi, ya cratch ya wambra shebe dwam na ya bo amanzi ade. Momenti emra shebe dwan kasama for honorable speaker ende kakra.
Honorable members, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to each and every one of you as we commence this extraordinary meeting of the 4th session of the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic. This meeting is a response to a request for a recall first dated 22nd of October 2024 and the subsequent one dated 24th of October 2024, both pursuant to Article 1123 of the Constitution and Order 53 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. Both requests were signed by more than the constitutionally required signatories of 15% of all members of Parliament. The first request entreats the House to deliberate upon and transact urgent government business, and the businesses were tabulated, and from what we had, there were not many, just a few. The second request, dated 24th, simply added many more items for the consideration of the House. So from the initial request for us to consider 5 items, this second request added 17 more items. And this request came from the MPP members of Parliament, and it was signed on their behalf by the second Deputy Majority Whip, Honorable Alex Tete Jodubois. In fact, both requests were signed by him. Honorable members, I had, under the dictates of the provisions of the Constitution, to issue the summons for you to be here today, and I duly complied with the constitutional provision and got the administration to get the summons published to the notice of all of you. Unfortunately, the signatories who made the request have not shown up, and therefore matters that they wanted us to handle, which are admitted for the consideration of the Business Committee, are not on the order paper, and in fact, there's no order paper for today because the business committee could not meet due to the absence of the people who requested for the recall. And as you can see, one side of the house is completely empty. In view of this, we have, as usual, got a quorum to sit, but we have no business before us to transact, because the business committee, as you know, they prepare a report, and this report is adopted by the House as business agreed by the House to transact during the course of the week. In the absence of that, there is no other authority that can put business before you which you have not adopted to transact. In view of the failure of the business committee to sit, as a result of the refusal of those who requested for the recall to show up, we are compelled, knowing the challenges we are facing, it is not advisable to be adjourning from day to day. And so I'll proceed once more to adjourn the meeting.
Was it by Mia? Now politics was not all that violent. If Ghanaian politicians became power drunk, the any ways and means biala or there is about power. Or there is about power.
By any means necessary.
Yes, some threats. Embassy, the embassy Ghana. Out of it came the Peace Council. And then also politicians here, yes, there was a woman or two. And out of that came that act. Dr. Santi, also Dr. Santi, he became the chairman for the council.
Let me just do a quick check whilst you're talking.
Those days in demonstration for
because me care na cardinal text in Sokahupi. But anyway, out you do.
Those days in power winner there your demonstration by 30. Mobia there when you be there beji oh with the slogan there yeah your mind. Nti Dr. Akufu Dampare we change adini yao. Those days were brain arm yes. The guy me why you go jalo te ye did yansune yani na mjanja. Nji hey they get check. Ama mputi na mbangan. I mean I'm for paper I be me ebinu so we di dam. And it was good for the National Peace Council to come into a political space. No, was immediate. Na was Asomji was Aba. Na sir, what's the way I'm running over in this Abiruda? Then they will do the crunch, the breaking of it. Then here so here come back. Then here reset. Then here upgrade. Aba, the beauty of it in there. Inya sign as the yajitum there. Elections here, some Jimbra. I mean, what's the historic comeback?